Hello, Miss. The media is dying to know how you got here and helping your young youth in Cameroon to strive properly. I looked at her and smiled. It had been so long since one asked me that question. Anyway, it was when I was at the age of 13. That's when everything came crashing down. I lost my dad, and moreover, my mom was struggling to keep food on the table and help me go to school. It wasn't the best, but it was worth it. At that time, I realized I had this strong passion for fashion and I was ready to give it up, even though everything was in to get myself enrolled at a lady, Mrs. Brandy's office. There, she grew up young people into workmanship, that is, carving, knitting, sewing, and many more stuff like that. There, I learned how to create better clothing and manage my resources properly. By the age of 22, I started my own business, enough to get me somewhere. The customers, I tell you, the customers weren't coming. And the income too was low, but I didn't give up. I had to push through. I knew I had my mom waiting. By the time I was 29, I had a breakthrough. Everything seemed super unreal. The miss To my surprise, I was selected as a top tailor to help with the Miss Cultural outfits. They were all flabbergasted by my work. My way of mixing culture and modern style was so impressive. By this time, I was already on the news and able to express how life, how life without giving up, to, to have something that they can do. Hope and Fashion has helped more than 1,500 plus Cameroonians to have job opportunities. As the company had been growing, yes, there were issues, but I remember my motto, never give up. That way, I was able to extend my hope and fashion industry to South Africa, where more Cameroonians struggling were helped. Exporting goods to also help in government revenue and bringing in more tourists to see what Cameroon is all about. This helped in increasing touristic revenues and many more. This way, I may not have started with much, but still I was able to leave my mark on Cameroon's Cameroon's upbringing. Thank you.
That was speaker number one for the day. Let's now get the second public speaker for this semi-final round.
Second speaker, Isaac Tima Jr.
Isaac, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready when you are.
Can start.
All right. I'm ready.
Start.
Okay.
Wait, it's all been happening the wrong way. We've been using the wrong strategy. We've been using the wrong time. We've been using the wrong innovations. How can entrepreneurship thrive? They can do something bigger than anyone has ever even imagined. How? How is this even possible? Wait, I think there is actually a way for entrepreneurship to thrive Cameroon's economy. That's by providing job opportunities. That's something that people haven't even thought of before. Entrepreneurship can offer that. Of course, it can. Over 60% of Cameroon's jobs are small, medium enterprises. And this can provide us a medium of job opportunities And yes, that's another thing. People haven't even thought of this by now. Entrepreneurship can actually help by building the country through innovation. A good entrepreneur is creative and innovative. That can build more and more job opportunities for the Cameroonian youth, not leaving out the government. You can't help only the youth. You can help the government as well. The government can benefit something from entrepreneurship. There are more job opportunities that are being offered by the government. The more tax that is being paid to the government, that will increase the government revenue at a higher rate, something that Cameroon has never even gone through before. Entrepreneurship can help by increasing the government revenue. That's something new. That's something brilliant. That's something innovative entrepreneurship can help with. And then we go to the technological aspect of entrepreneurship helping Cameroon. Entrepreneurs must be creative to be able to develop new ideas in the society's technological appliances by helping in industries, computer engineered industries, computer industrialized industries. Entrepreneurs can help to build these industries. In another way, Cameroonians have not been thinking of this. Cameroonians have not looked at it another way. But when you come to look at entrepreneurship as something that can help Cameroon's economy, as something that can drive Cameroon's economy, you see that it can bring government revenue. You see that it can help by creating new job opportunities. And you also find out that building economy is another way by which we can get industrialized. That is how entrepreneurship can thrive in the economy of Cameroon. Thank you.
Yeah. Entrepreneurship. Let's get the next public speaker and hear what they have to say about this.
Asaba Mark Miguel. You're ready. Ready when you are.
I start now. Did you know have shaped the lives of their countries? Yes, they have. And they can do same in Cameroon. According to Jones and George in 2003, entrepreneurship is noticing an opportunity so as to satisfy customers' needs and wants, and then mobilizing resources that will satisfy these needs and wants. We should also know that entrepreneurship is the process. How can entrepreneurship strive to improve the development of Cameroon? Firstly, infrastructural development. We all know that wherever there's an entrepreneur, they have so as to release an impact that is out for something. So with the help of industrial development, it boosts the economy of Cameroon. That is how entrepreneurship helps Cameroon in industrial development. We move to job creation. There are millions of jobs out there in Cameroon, but yet there are millions of workers in Cameroon, but yet there are not jobs. What is entrepreneurship about again? Entrepreneurship is out for noticing an opportunity to satisfy customers' needs and wants. Through job creation, so taste and fashion have changed, and if they have changed, the level of us to change. So entrepreneurship helps Cameroon by providing job creation, hence improving the standard of living for the country. Creates various goods and services and makes them available to the society, employing citizens, thereby increasing the standard of living. source of revenue to the government. How is entrepreneurship a source of revenue to the government? We all know that entrepreneurs pay taxes. Those taxes is being given to the government. Then amenities help improving its economy, progress and civilization. Entrepreneurship improves in quality and quantity of its input and output. That is what it offers changes. Better products are developed based on changes in taste and fashion. This improves civilization. I can give a clear example to that. At first, iPhones were not used. But thanks to innovation and civilization, it is being used. So entrepreneurship brings about civilization to the country of Cameroon. I leave you with this last one. Finances human activities. Where is an entrepreneur? We all know an entrepreneur is a problem solver. So wherever it is, he must solve problems around him. So he helps the community with water issues, life issues, and others. Thank you. I leave the floor to my humble judges.
Yeah, yeah. Boom, boom debates. All right. We went to progress now.
All right. Next speaker, Daisy Bayambe. Wait. Ready when you're ready.
Ready.
You're ready. All right. Start.
Panel of judges, my fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. I stand here to talk to you about how entrepreneurship is going to flourish or is going to thrive in transforming the Cameroon economy. First, I would like to start by defining entrepreneurship with relation to the Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary, which says entrepreneurship it's a skill of starting a new business, especially when it's involved in seeing new opportunities. I go further by saying it involves seeing new opportunities and can also be defined as risk bearing or risk taking to start up a new business. We all know it's not easy to start a business, especially in Cameroon, due to all the taxes, all the money you have to pay. It makes you be very conscious of what you want to do. But what's the main aim of entrepreneurship? The main aim of entrepreneurship is profit businesses. How does it help the government? They pay taxes, which will generate government revenue, which will help in the betterment of not just the government, but the entire economy as a whole. I move on. Entrepreneurship stands as a vital force to transform our Cameroon economy. How, you ask me? By turning visions of innovation to reality. I will cite realistic examples. These examples may be, for example, youth of Douala creating global chocolate brands from local cocoa to a startup tech company in Yaoundé. It's a very diversified challenge, but they struggle. They live where they are. They leave their comfort zone to try something new. It's not easy, and we have to give them the flowers for that. Applying AI to agriculture, as we learned yesterday from industrial development. If we apply AI to our local agriculture, how will it benefit us? It will teach us new farming techniques, teach us the preferable seasons to plant and harvest that will improve our output. And we'll have women-led ventures that will lead to inclusive growth, because most of the time women are left out of certain things because they are not seen as much, but I stand against that fact. So when women lead certain organizations or certain ventures, it will help to promote inclusivity and growth, not just for women, but for us all. The thriving of entrepreneurial ecosystem will flourish through the following reforms or through these following programs.
If the government provides programs to train people in agro industry, teach them about agriculture, what they would do to benefit not just them, but the entire society. Fintech, ICT, and also e-commerce. Not just you should be known on a global scale. If you want to do business, be known on a global scale, not just a small time business on a global scale. That's what we're working for. That will help to develop our local environment and also help to push and go forward. I will leave you with this. As Andre Saka, a veteran CEO and a well-known man here in Cameroon, once said, he reminds us our hope lies in the new ways of entrepreneurs. Thank you very much for your keen attention.
We enjoying the semi-finals. Let us now invite the next public speaker to step up to the stage.
Kenya Tamu.
Tamo.
Are you ready? You're ready?
Yes.
All right. Kenya Tamu. The time starts now. Begin. Can begin.
Greetings to you, the judges. Greetings to you, my fellow colleagues and students. What if I tell you that Cameroon economy transformation is not just a dream, but a reality waiting to be unlocked by a key player, entrepreneur? As we explore how entrepreneurship can thrive and drive change in our economy, I will share insights on the opportunities, challenges, and game changers that can make a hotspot for innovation and growth. What is entrepreneurship? Some people might be asked or can ask. Entrepreneurship it is a capacity and willingness of to develop, organize, and manage a business vendor along with any of its risks with the aim of making profits. Here are some key words that entrepreneurs are supposed to do in our country. Entrepreneur can be a game changer for Cameroon economy. Yeah, here's how. Firstly, entrepreneur create where they create jobs, reducing unemployment and stimulating local economy. Entrepreneurships create jobs for young youths and who are out there just sitting and relaxing, doing nothing. So the entrepreneurs will come up to create these jobs, which will help these youths to make a better life for their future and even for the nation. We have economic diversification. Entrepreneur can help reduce reliance on raw exports, promoting values added products. We have local development. Businesses often invest in their communities, improving infrastructures and services. Entrepreneurs are to produce infrastructures and services. And here are some things the country is supposed to have in order for these entrepreneurs to be able to thrive. We have development, training and mentorship programs They should also have supporting policies, the simplified regulations and tax innovation. They should also have access. They should also have access to finance, because without finance, there is no way an entrepreneurship is going to operate. So, to conclude, together let's unleash the power of entrepreneurship to transform Cameroon's economy and create a brighter future for all. Thank you.
Thank you too. We now proceed by inviting the next speaker. Chris? Okay. That's right. Chris, are you ready?
Right. I'll be ready when you're just. Okay. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready.
Begin.
Now, what is entrepreneurship? This involves the process of making money by starting or running businesses, which usually involves risk. Now, a question to ask yourself: how will entrepreneurship strive to improve Cameroon's economy? Firstly, entrepreneurship will greatly improve and start businesses, which means more jobs for youth. One of the biggest problems we are facing today is that most of our youth, our young people, are labor force searching for jobs. When I was young, at a very tender age, I used to have sleepless nights. I used to think at night because why? My father traveled abroad. And how do you travel? Using what they call the Mexico road, where people have to pass through bushes. And statistics show that every year about 2,000 people die while using that road. I was traumatized. I was a little child. My father didn't travel for a vacation. He didn't travel for a tour, but he traveled to look for a job. It doesn't make any sense how a citizen will leave his country to look for a job. But with the way entrepreneurship is going, it shows that in less than no time, this will no longer be a problem. Job opportunities are rising, market opportunities are rising, hardworking people will now have more jobs. Cameroon economy by improving the industrial sector. It's a very sad story where we see our country importing things like textile, clothes, all these food items, rice, but we have the natural resources. Other countries come and take resource from here and then you go and produce it and we're importing. It doesn't make any sense. But with entrepreneurship now, we'll be able to produce this. This will also provide income, revenue to the government. Our country has debts, yes, you cannot lie. This will also help to pay those debts. So with this, I say entrepreneurship will greatly improve Cameroon economy. Also, one thing I want to talk about is one problem we are suffering right now is the circulation of money in our economy. There's money in the country, but why are most people poor? Because money does not circulate. But with the way entrepreneurship is going, it shows that in less than no time, money will easily circulate. Why? Entrepreneurship has brought in the MTN Momo, the Orange money, even ATM cards. Now you can sit anywhere, you do transactions. You easily allow money to circulate. People are no longer afraid to work with money because of issues like theft and the rest. But no, you can do any transactions from anywhere now. This greatly increases circulation in money. Money is not stagnant, money circulates. Now people can easily get paid. With all this being said, I believe that as entrepreneurship grows, as it thrives, it will greatly and massively, I mean massively, improve the economy of Cameroon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Ready when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Begin.
Panel of judges, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. Did you know that the lack of entrepreneurs in our country will leave our economy dormant and it will stop growing? Now, let me answer you. Yesterday, when I was going back home, I was walking on the street, and I was thinking, what is actually the use for money making? And I met an entrepreneur without knowing. When I met a man and I greeted him, good afternoon, sir. He was like, yes, how are you? I was like, fine. And he told me, why do you seem too stressed? I told him that I don't understand why there are entrepreneurs in our society. And he told me, why do you think about entrepreneurs? And I told him, I don't think entrepreneurs have any use in our society. I was like, gentleman, I see you want to have some knowledge. Let me tell you, an entrepreneur is a person who makes money by starting a business, especially when this involves taking financial risk. I was like, I know that these are what entrepreneurs are out for. And he told me that, let me tell you, entrepreneurs transform our economy by relieving the government, by reducing the taxes, fuel. At first, we were just having government hospitals, and when we come and we see the government hospitals are filled, the medical attention given to people is not prioritized, and people are not being catered carefully. But now, medical entrepreneurs have come and have created private hospitals, which have reduced the tax of the government, which makes more work to be done in less time, and it transforms our economy slowly. Entrepreneurs can create new market. I was like, wow. So why are you bringing up this other topic? Normally, they have to introduce markets because they reduce the reliance on traditional industries. He told me that if our country have more entrepreneurs, we will create a system that will promote more export than import. Because if there are more entrepreneurs in our country, we will tend to produce more goods and have more business societies, and send out goods out of our country than to import. I was like, wow, that is good. And he told me, my boy, don't be hurry. Let me tell you again. Entrepreneurship is an employment generator. We see in our country that the government cannot pay workers, or let me say, it cannot employ majority of our youth today. That the presence of entrepreneurs who create their companies tend to promote job offering, and so many people who are jobless tend to and so many people who are jobless tend to have jobs due to the entrepreneurship, which slowly transform our economy. Now, we see that entrepreneurship is a regional and sustainable development improver. Because of entrepreneurs, companies are created, and when companies are created, normally roads have to be created, and other social amenities have to be added, which increases the growth of our economy. That is to say, the more there's entrepreneurship, the more our country will grow. And I was like, wow, that is true. And he told me, if entrepreneurs are being encouraged in our society, our country will continue growing. I was like, yes, that is right. And I said yes. And I went back and I proclaimed to others that let entrepreneurs grow in our society to better a better future for our country, Cameroon. Thank you.
Thank you. We now proceed by inviting the next speaker.
That's all now.
All right. So that should be all for this semi-final round. The results will be made public later on. Thank you for participating. All right.